What happens to your body and mind when you masturbate? Shocking truths you must know. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, subscribe for more eye-opening content, and comment your thoughts below. Have you ever wondered what masturbation really does to your body and mind? Stay tuned because what you're about to learn will surprise you. Introduction: how much do you really know about masturbation? Masturbation, it's a topic surrounded by myths, taboos, and misinformation across cultures and generations. Parents often hear their children whispering about it, and some families label it as shameful or dangerous. But is masturbation truly harmful, or is it a normal, even healthy human behavior? In today's video, we'll unpack everything you need to know about masturbation, from its physiological effects and psychological impact to its social and cultural interpretations. Plus, we'll look at scientific research to separate fact from fiction. The science of masturbation: what really happens in your body. Masturbation, simply put, is the act of stimulating one's own genitals to achieve sexual arousal and often orgasm. It's a behavior deeply embedded in the biology of many species, not just humans but also animals like primates, dolphins, and rodents. This natural phenomenon often begins in childhood or adolescence as individuals explore their bodies and experience sexual development. Far from being just a taboo topic, masturbation has important biological and psychological implications that science is beginning to fully understand. Understanding the physiological mechanisms behind masturbation. When a person masturbates, it triggers a complex cascade of events in the brain and body, involving a sophisticated interplay of neurochemicals and physiological responses designed to promote pleasure, reduce stress, and sometimes facilitate social bonding. 1. Dopamine, the pleasure and reward messenger. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter often referred to as the pleasure chemical, or the brain's reward messenger. During sexual arousal and climax, dopamine levels surge significantly. This flood of dopamine is what causes the intense feelings of pleasure and satisfaction associated with orgasm. From an evolutionary standpoint, dopamine release reinforces behaviors that are beneficial for survival and reproduction by making them rewarding, thus encouraging repetition. Masturbation, therefore, taps into this reward circuitry, producing a temporary but powerful feeling of euphoria and contentment. 2. Endorphins, the body's natural painkillers and mood enhancers. Alongside dopamine, the brain releases endorphins, chemicals structurally similar to opioids. These endogenous opioids function as natural painkillers and mood elevators. During masturbation and orgasm, endorphins help mitigate any discomfort and induce a calming, almost blissful state. They reduce stress and anxiety, which explains why many people feel relaxed or even sleepy after climax. This endorphin release also contributes to the feeling commonly described as a runner's high, linking sexual activity to overall physical well-being. 3. Oxytocin, the bonding and relaxation hormone. Oxytocin, popularly known as the love hormone or bonding hormone, is another key player released during sexual stimulation and orgasm. Oxytocin promotes feelings of relaxation, emotional bonding, and social connection. While most often discussed in the context of childbirth and breastfeeding, oxytocin also plays a significant role in sexual behavior. It can enhance feelings of intimacy and reduce stress levels. In the context of masturbation, oxytocin's release may partly explain why the experience can produce a comforting sense of peace and self-acceptance. Why these neurochemicals matter. The combined effect of dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin creates a powerful physiological response that makes masturbation an inherently rewarding and stress-relieving behavior. This neurochemical cocktail not only elevates mood but also reinforces the behavior by linking it with feelings of pleasure and comfort. Scientifically, these responses highlight masturbation as a natural, healthy part of human sexuality with tangible benefits for mental health. Studies show that masturbation can reduce cortisol, the primary stress hormone, thereby lowering stress levels and potentially improving sleep quality. It also stimulates the release of serotonin, another neurotransmitter linked to mood regulation, which can help alleviate feelings of depression or anxiety. Real-life implications: why masturbation matters for mental and physical health. In everyday life, the science behind masturbation explains why people often turn to it for comfort during times of stress or loneliness. The release of these neurochemicals creates a momentary escape from psychological pressures and fosters a sense of well-being. In fact, masturbation is sometimes recommended by health professionals as a way to improve sexual self-awareness, reduce tension, and enhance overall sexual function. Moreover, understanding these biological processes can help dismantle the stigma and shame that often surround masturbation. Recognizing it as a natural, neurochemically supported behavior promotes healthier attitudes towards sexuality and self-care. Is masturbation normal or abnormal? Research shows that masturbation is normal and common across all ages post-puberty. However, the frequency matters. Masturbating a few times a week is typical and usually harmless, while excessive masturbation, e.g., multiple times a day, can sometimes lead to physical irritation or psychological distress. Physical risks of excessive masturbation. While masturbation itself is safe, overdoing it may cause genital soreness or minor injuries, including small hematomas or skin abrasions. Temporary fatigue, due to the release of neurotransmitters that induce relaxation and sleepiness. Potential impacts on sexual performance. In some cases, excessive masturbation may reduce sensitivity or cause premature ejaculation. Historical and cultural perspectives on masturbation. Historically, masturbation has been viewed very differently across cultures and religions. Ancient views in the 16th century, masturbation was labeled as a sickness or sin in many societies. Religious teachings often condemned it as immoral. Modern acceptance. Today, many health professionals recognize masturbation as a healthy sexual activity, beneficial for exploring one's body and relieving sexual tension. Religious restrictions. Some religions still forbid masturbation, while others tolerate or even encourage self-control. Understanding these contexts helps us see why attitudes vary so widely and how social pressures can influence personal feelings about masturbation. Case study: childhood masturbation and psychological factors. One intriguing example involves a 9-year-old girl who developed a habit of masturbating at night, reportedly as a way to soothe herself and attract parental attention. Psychological experts suggest such behavior can be a response to emotional stress or unmet needs. Her parents were initially alarmed, fearing it was abnormal or harmful. However, medical assessments revealed no physical issues, and experts advised the parents to avoid punishment and instead offer understanding and guidance. Key takeaway: childhood masturbation is often a normal phase but can be linked to emotional factors, especially if it's used as a coping mechanism. Masturbation after marriage, is it healthy? Many wonder if masturbation remains appropriate or beneficial after marriage. Here are some perspectives. Normal sexual function. Some sexual health experts recommend masturbation as a way to relieve sexual tension when partners are apart or when one partner has a low libido. Potential downsides: over-reliance on masturbation might lead to reduced intimacy with the partner or unrealistic expectations of sexual pleasure. Medical use: in some fertility clinics, men are encouraged to masturbate to provide semen samples for fertility assessments or treatments. A balanced approach is key. Masturbation can be a part of a healthy sexual relationship if it doesn't interfere with partner intimacy. Scientific insights: masturbation, dopamine, and mental health. Dopamine's role in masturbation is central. It not only enhances pleasure but also helps regulate stress. Studies show dopamine release during masturbation can temporarily reduce stress levels. However, excessive masturbation may disrupt dopamine balance, potentially leading to symptoms like anxiety or lowered motivation. Mental health professionals caution that if masturbation becomes compulsive or linked with guilt, it may indicate underlying psychological issues. What if masturbation becomes a problem? Recognizing when to seek help. Sometimes, masturbation can become compulsive, interfering with daily life and relationships. Signs to watch for include masturbating excessively more than 5-6 times per day, leading to physical injury. Neglecting work, school, or social life. Feeling guilt, shame, or anxiety related to masturbation. Using masturbation as a sole coping strategy for stress or loneliness. If you or someone you know struggles with these issues, consulting a healthcare provider or psychologist is important. Some medications like risperidone or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, have been explored to help manage compulsive sexual behaviors, but therapy remains the primary treatment. Practical advice: how to maintain a healthy sexual life. Balance is key. Masturbate in moderation, enjoy sexual pleasure, but don't let it interfere with your life or relationships. Communicate. If married or in a relationship, discuss sexual needs openly with your partner. Stay active. Physical exercise and hobbies can reduce compulsive behaviors.